Hey, what's up, spooky fam? Today we're gonna do something a little bit different and we're going to look at my comic book collection. I have a very specific, I guess we'll say horror, mystery, fantasy, not your typical comic books that I've collected over the years, and I'm really excited to show you guys finally. A little while ago, the comic book store that's around my area called Rogues Gallery Comics, they had a sale where all of their little comic books, little paperback comic books, were 25 cents a piece. So I went there and got a bunch of comic books that I was A, looking for, and B, found and just added anyways. So I have two of these full of comic books and two full of magazines, horror related magazines. So I'm going to do that in a separate video, but today I thought I would sit down and show you these finally. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you would like to support this channel or my other channel in any way, shape, or form, you can check out my links down below. If you'd like to see the podcast, you can also check that out down below. Let's get right into this with my number one, my favorite. I'm a big fan of Image Comics, and Snot Girl was arguably one of the best things to come out of Image Comics. Snot Girl is she is a character that, I don't know, made me fall in love with fashion and, I don't know, just being more unique, because she's a really unique character, as you can tell by the first issue called Green Hair Don't Care. I had green hair at the time when I got into Snot Girl, but these two are the omnibuses. So this is volume 1 and volume 2. I am still missing volume 3, but that's okay, I'll get it eventually. Snot Girl is now no longer, she does not exist anymore, so there are 3 volumes of her comic books and she will live on forever like that. So very quickly, I'm going to get into the stragglers here. There are 4 comic books that just don't fit in. My cat has been, Rin's been cleaning herself this whole time. If you can like hear, that's disgusting. Anyways, these are 4 that don't fit in with any franchise. A few of these, all 3 except for The Evil Within here. This was a really cool one, and I'm kind of thinking about cutting this up and putting it into a frame. I had Stephen King's The Stand as a comic book, one of the copies. Rin, please stop. And I cut it up and I put it into a frame and it looks really cool. But I don't know, this is one that I was really excited to add to my collection because it's definitely a spooky one. So these next 3 are Image Comics. This one is called Stalker Prism. This is the first issue. I love the colors of this one, that's why I picked it up. And then we have this one called Strange Girl, and this is issue 10. I only picked this up obviously because of the title, but I wanted to see if I could get into this world. It was one of the only ones that I could find to see if it was worth finding another one of these, like this series. And this is also issue 1 of a comic book series called Graveyard Shift. So eventually I would like to go back to the comic book store and search for more of these, to kind of add more of those to my collection. Speaking of adding more to my collection, I have 3 issues of Gravediggers here. This is a pretty cool one. The Gravediggers Union, sorry. I just saw the like title so big in there. I found the first 3 issues of this together, so that's a pretty cool one. I like how all the backs, you can see that there, they all say dig on the back. So the next, I don't really want to call them like franchises, but the next, I don't really know what to call, because they're all so different. These are Paper Girls, and I was trying to buy these as the omnibuses first because I didn't want to have all of the issues. Like, I only found a few issues at first and then I found a few more, but I figured I wanted them in the, like, I want them like Snot Girl is, but Paper Girls, I love how these ones are made. They feel so unique. They look so unique. The illustrations are amazing in these ones. They're just fun, especially if you are, I don't know, into badass girls doing badass things. These are definitely the comic book for you. Like, look at these covers. They're just so, they're so well done. So this next one I found and I got because this is Chaos Comics, but I found and I got this one because obviously I am a fan of the movie Suspiria, but this one is called Suspiria and this is the first 4 issues. So I was lucky enough to find a couple of these in succession, and I think that's really cool to start my collection that way. But these are the Suspiria comics. I don't think it has, I think it's more or less, like I have not read these ones yet, but I feel like it's more of like fantasy, witchcraft possibly. Yeah. But yeah, so that's Suspiria. So let's talk about the actual horror comic book here. This is, I found a bunch of Army of Darkness comics, and I think these are probably some of the coolest things in my collection. Ash versus the Army of Darkness, just a bunch of Ash, Army of Darkness, Evil Dead related comic books, and I think these are so cool. These are not in any particular order. I just saw like the Army of Darkness and grabbed as many as I could. Finally, a series that I came to love. This is a character called Ghost, and she is absolutely badass. You can tell that I have a massive collection of just her comic books alone. This is just a dark, mysterious, fantastical world, and I love how spooky and crazy this whole story is. But this is Dark Horse Comics. This is not Image Comics, even though I prefer Image Comics, because I do find them a little bit darker than everything else. This fits in with the dark vibe, and obviously I have collected a lot of Ghost comics, but she is so cool. I mean, hello, like, come on, she's awesome. So that's it for my comic books. Next time I do one of these videos, it will be all of my horror related magazines. I have a whack of Rue Morgue magazines, and they are so cool. I'm really excited to show those to you. So if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I will see you soon for some more spooky stuff. Sayonara, spooky man.